All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So what I'm going to talk about today is the importance of how you smell. I don't even know what to name it, but if you know anything about me, I try to help men with their confidence. I also try to help them look for the woman or women of their dreams, even if they've been through a bad breakup or divorce. I get a lot into health and wellness, fitness, and hygiene. And maybe I don't talk enough about hygiene. I've done videos actually on how to take care of your teeth correctly. That actually are some of the most downloaded videos I have on my YouTube page. Also, how to put tanning cream on correctly, and some other ones as well. And I've done numerous podcasts, kind of, I guess, infiltrating or putting in things regarding the importance of your hygiene, especially if you want to start meeting a certain type of woman. And here's the deal. For one, I tell men a lot of times, I'm not here to change you. You can do and smell and do whatever the hell you want to do if you don't necessarily give a shit about the way, if you don't care about washing your hair, having your nails clean, smelling a certain way, maybe not even taking care of your skin or your feet or any of these things. More power to you. That may be something you're just not interested in. But I do think a lot of men underestimate the way they smell, how it may be holding them back a lot of times from women wanting to be around them. And here's the kicker that I want to throw in this podcast. It's not just the way you smell. It's the environment maybe you're in as well, which can be your house, apartment, could be your car, obviously your clothes. It can be many different things, your place of work, your office, I don't know, your closet. I'm just saying your laundry in general. Women, I don't know what it is. They have a really keen sense of smell, I think. That's unbelievable. And I think also a lot of men underestimate how much time and effort, I've discussed this before, women put into, I think, staying way conscious of their hygiene, especially when it comes to their hair and their teeth and their nails and all those different types of things. I think a lot of men overlook that. It's just expected. But on the other side, a lot of men, you overlook how it's the flip side of that. You don't realize how, bad you may smell, how bad your breath really is, how your clothes really do look like disheveled and smell and are, even if you don't necessarily, let me put it this way, actually. A lot of men, too, I think, underestimate that they may not be dirty. I know a lot of guys that are clean freaks, but if you spotted them from a distance or looked at them, or maybe looked at certain things related to them, you'd say, man, they look dirty. Like, whoa, I'll bet you their house is disgusting. Oh, my God, I'll bet they don't even, their clothes they're clean. They just look destroyed, kind of. They may be worn out. They may need to be ironed, right? Even you may be a clean freak, but that doesn't mean, again, your shoes look clean necessarily. Now, again, you may be clean with your body, your teeth, your hair, all these things. But again, what else is not clean? And I'm not here again to tell you what you should and shouldn't do as far as upkeep. I know to do certain things. If you want to keep your nails really clean and looking good and manicured, maybe you can't afford it, but you can figure out a way how to do them yourself. Manicuring your nails, with the exception of maybe removing your cuticles, isn't as hard as you think. Keeping your hair very clean, and maybe considering taking 2 showers a lot of times, or maybe even 3 if you work out. So if you work out, or you wake up in the morning and you shower and then you go maybe work out at a certain time and then you go do a bunch of other things, especially with COVID and it's later at night, you may want to rinse off again. A lot of people, I think, are just lazy when it comes to taking care of themselves. And also your skin, all these different types of things I talk through. And I just think a lot of men, also, I'm going to throw this in. Say you do go out and you're pretty clean and you look good and your clothes look great. And, as the night goes on, and I've discussed this before, how a lot of men and women start to, I don't know if it's the right word, disheveled, or they start to turn into a wreck. And you may be sweating profusely because you may be dancing or you may be outside at I don't know where you're at, having drinks, or you're in a nightclub or whatever the case may be. You may have no deodorant on, which makes you smell, or maybe you may have a certain type of cologne on that after a certain amount of time starts to stink. You may have a certain type of cologne or hair product in your hair, again, after a certain amount of time starts to smell. You may have really good teeth and, have a high level maintenance of your oral your mouth. But then again, throughout the night, you don't realize you may be smoking cigarettes, cigars, again, maybe drinking hard liquor or different things. Now, I know it's almost impossible to smell great throughout the entire night, but there are things you can do, right? You can rinse your mouth out. You can maybe even get gum, maybe even carry toothpaste, also floss. Because a lot of times, too, I realize a lot of men, again, back to looking dirty, you don't floss, right? So you go to dinner with a woman or someone, or you may be even meeting up with colleagues or friends or whatever the hell. You eat a bunch of food, and now the next thing you know, you got food all in your teeth. You don't even realize it. But I can assure you, if you are used to flossing every time after every meal, you're going to get that out of there. It's also going to help with your breath again. Having like old food and things in your mouth, especially if you've had them in there for days or weeks or whoever, I don't even know how long. Yeah, that's going to be brutal. Okay? And also there's little tricks too that I think men have to understand when trying to look cleaner or just looking more presentable. And again, this doesn't just have to be for women. It could be for work, or it could be going for a meeting. Is, small things a lot of times have the big impact. So, you may have a lot of hair sticking out of your ears. Trim it. Really pay attention. Your nose hair, pull that out. Again, you may be a clean freak, but you got hair sticking out of your nose and out of your ears. It makes you look dirty, kind of. Also, making sure you're cleaning your entire ear. Like really wrapping it around, cleaning it, getting the whole area clean as possible. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to use Q-tips or think it's unsafe. I understand. Just stick something in there maybe besides that. But making sure when you're showering, you're cleaning, all of the ear and behind the ear. A lot of sweat and everything goes behind your ear, and that can give a stench off as well. And I don't even think I need to describe feet. I mean, that's one thing I think most men, and even a lot of women I know, underestimate the power of what their feet smell like throughout a day. Now, some people just sweat more than others. I get it. But if you do go back to the apartment or the house or whatever the case may be, or if you're in a relationship or you're dating someone, you're about to fool around, take a shower. I know it's an ongoing joke with me, but a lot of times people come over, or we used to party when we were younger, and I used to have apartments, and a lot of girls, we'd have parties, and I'd goof around because a lot of them would come after hours that we knew. It could be my friends' girlfriends or just girls we knew that partied and everything, and I used to goof around and go get in the shower. They'd laugh. I'd say, no, seriously, get in the shower. You smell, especially if they work in the bar or nightclub industry, they just stunk. And I would tell everybody to get in the shower, because if I didn't, the apartment the next day or for the next few days just reeked. It smelled like a nightclub. Plus, on top of that, a lot of them like to party too, maybe light up cigarettes or cigars or do whatever, throw their ass outside. And I'm going to officially wrap it up with this, maybe, because I could go on forever regarding hygiene. Don't make other people make you smell shitty. I'm just telling you, if you're around a smoker a lot, or you hang out with smokers a lot and you don't smoke, don't be surprised when people think you smoke. Same with maybe if you, just hanging out in people's homes, I realize too. And it doesn't even have to be smoke. It could just be any stench or something. It could be in a car. It can be anywhere that starts to attach itself to you. And you don't smell it because, like anything else, you may be, even pets, and I love dogs and cats and everything, but your house may smell very bad. And it gets on your clothes. Again, you don't smell it coming in or out. But when people come and visit you, it may stink. But also that stench can be on your clothing. Okay? And again, you may be hanging out at your friend's place. It may not even be your dog, or it may not even be the cat, or it may not even be pets. But they have, even smoking weed, maybe. A lot of guys you may hang out with, again, you don't smoke it, but you smell like you do. Again, if you want to smell like that's fine. But just pay attention to that. I just think a lot of people underestimate that. And I did mention earlier, a lot of times colognes, make sure they smell okay throughout the day and night. A lot of colognes you may be buying, maybe knockoffs, they're horrible when it comes to what they smell like. You don't realize it a lot of times, because when you put it on, it may smell good for a few minutes or an hour or whatever, but as time goes on, it starts to reek. Or when you blend your sweat with this cologne, it starts to reek as well. So that is something to pay attention to, along with your detergents and bleaches and all those things. Some just may not work with your, however you sweat. When you start mixing these different fluids, they just don't smell good. You may have to switch it up. If one brand doesn't work, try another one, but take an honest approach. Smell your clothes. Smell your gym clothes after you're done with them. They shouldn't reek. You know, a lot of times I think men take a badge of honor because of they may stink of how hard they work and all these things or how hard they work out. I'm telling you, for the most part, even if you sweat a lot and you're clean, you're not going to stink. Now, if you keep using the same clothes and you don't take showers, you will stink. But for the most part, I sweat all the time. I don't smell because I keep my body very clean. And that's what I think a lot of men underestimate as well. So I could go on forever with hygiene. Holy cow. Anyways, you got any questions or comments, you're welcome to hit me up. I'm also at masteringselfconfidence.com, and I teach a lot of this stuff to men. Like I said earlier, I'm also at richcelenza.com. But please, guys, and even girls, I know a lot of dirty girls out there too, man. I'm just telling you, you wonder sometimes, you could be really clean towards yourself. You go to your apartment and it's destroyed. Your car's destroyed. You go in the bathroom, there's shit everywhere. It looks like a pig pen a lot of times. Your bedrooms, if you got pets, a lot of times you may not be changing the kitty litter or all these different things. And, some dudes, I'm not saying you got to change for the dude, but if you want to maybe get engaged or get married and dudes come and visit you and your house is disheveled or may smell and all these different types of things, the same way women look at men, men look at women. You may be like, hey, if she can't keep a decent house or clean herself, would she be able to raise a family? And that may be like, that's ridiculous. Of course, I'd raise a family and I would take care of it differently. But, a lot of guys, they see a lot of bad traits. It could be your kitchen. You don't put dishes away. Men and women. I'm not even just saying women. Back to the car. Even your pantries. Do you have food everywhere? Are there bugs? All these things, take in consideration, man. You're all being judged. I don't give a shit who you are. Don't pretend like you're not. And don't pretend like you don't judge others. So if you want to maybe connect with some really good people that maybe take care of themselves on a higher level, you might consider taking care of yourself as well. All right? Take care, and I wish all you the best.